Hi, this is Damon, Super Genius Tattoo. Procreate bite-sized morsels. Number 2. Please do not Google search that term. I just have a bad feeling about it. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about lines. Lines are the first thing that one tends to do when they're going, what is this Procreate thing? I've been drawing all my life, but now I'm doing this. There's the brush menu. You scroll down, you find the thing you want, you click on it, and this unfolds for you. Here you can see what your line is looking like, how it's behaving, how it reacts to more and less pressure coming from your stylus or your Apple pencil. Streamline is a tool you can use to affect the smoothness of the line. You can turn Streamline all the way up, which I often do because I'm kind of an old shaky guy, or you can turn it down. Maximum and minimum size affect how the brush will behave when you adjust its size when you're in the main Procreate menu. Dynamics, color dynamics, I don't mess with that ever. Rendering, grain, it behaves a lot like shape as far as editing it. In the shape, you can, as I'm tooling around here, trying to remember how this goes, eventually I'm about to realize that you can change that shape. Go into edit, and there's the shape. You can import, and you can try importing a file. A file will take you to your files menu. You can go to import a photo, and that will take you to your photo menu where you can try to use a picture of a tree as a brush or whatever. And then the simplest way is to go into the source library where a bunch of preloaded Procreate sources are available. Many of which are used in brushes that are in your palette somewhere, some maybe not. And you can play with these and do what you want. Going back into the main Procreate window, this is where you can duplicate a brush. So if you want to experiment with modifying a brush, you just go to this, you duplicate it, and you can create your own brush by naming it there. When you sign it, underneath the where I'm typing right now, where it says sign here, that will lock the brush in. And if my memory is correct, you cannot modify after you do that. For naming the brush, which is probably more valuable at this stage, simply click on that and type in, I put experiment because it's an experiment for my benefit and maybe possibly some of yours. Properties, minimum size, maximum size. If you make those the same, you'll be able to lock in the size of your brush so you can't change it in your main Procreate menu. We won't be playing with that for now. For here, we'll go into shape, edit the shape, that's the shape, we're going to change it. Yeah, we're not going to import a photo even though we're going through this little rigmarole again. We're not going to import a file even though we're doing that again, but we're showing you where we can go. And finally, we're going to go into the source library. Pick something, scroll through, think about some stuff. Grain source, those look pretty trippy. Anyway, we are going to eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm going to eventually decide to settle on lightning. This simply just affects the shape of the brush. If you just tap the brush, it'll make a tiny, tiny little lightning thing. Theoretically, those lines are made out of lightning. Isn't that fancy? See, when you increase the size of it, it becomes a little more apparent. At a smaller size, who knows? Scrolling ahead a little bit, changing it to a little bit more useful source image, and that's just something a little bit simpler, so it creates kind of like a brushy thing where it can be wider and thinner, and that is more or less that. There we go. We write my name, and I think at that point we go, we're tooling around here. We're probably going to end up adjusting the, let's see here, what are we doing? Oh yeah, adjusting the streamline, so I can show you the difference between the streamline and the regular. The regular has a little bit more natural looking effect. The streamline is good for making really precise lines, and that is more or less that. Thank you. Good night. I hope that was in some way helpful. Also, if you have any interest in this kind of thing, I do have a stamp brush set available on Tattoo Smart. Feel free to give that a check out. If you like any of this content, this is my YouTube channel. Feel free to click the like and subscribe button. And if you don't like it, by all means, do not click on that. Thank you.